Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I am Clementine, and as always, I am Super Saiyan. But never mind that. You ever come across some, big chunky ass pieces of wood? You think to yourself, I could just plane those up and glue those together and make a guitar. Somebody else that's stupid, they're thick, ugly. Maybe you cut down a bunch of trees once upon a time and you stacked them up somewhere and you're gonna mill them things out by hand, make you some guitar out of it, but it's way too big and fat, thick and chunky. Well, you just go ahead and start gluing them things together in any kind of fashion that you can. Don't worry about it being flat, cause boy do I have a video for you. In this video, we're gonna take a couple of scrap 2x4s and make a little box frame and then screw a lid on it from a cabinet door. Wedge said ugly guitar body down in there. Simply apply your router, screwed to a 1x4, with a 1/2-inch end mill on there spinning faster than hell. Waggle it all around every which way and try to hang on to it. And once the chips stop flying, Biola, she's beauty-miss. Well, it ain't exactly all that easy, but I will show and explain this process in detail. And if it sounds like something you might be interested in, stay tuned!
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
So, what am I doing here? Well, hell, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I will use this as a time to do a disclaimer. I'm not a professional. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This is a big experiment. This is not education. And what I'm doing here, obviously, is making a box to go around the outside of this guitar body. And what size is it? I don't know. Big enough to go around the outside of the guitar body. I'm putting it together with some sheetrock screws, and in the end, it don't even really sit flat. But that don't much matter. Yes, it is the purpose of the box to make things flat, but when I put it flat on the floor and then press a hard door on top of it, made from 3/4-inch plywood, which this is a crazy thing about this door. It is the door from the preschool that I went to. I used to get my finger paint out of it. That cabinet from my preschool was inside this house. Here's another thing. I am totally blacked out on sugar and alcohol. I'm diabetic, and this was 2 years ago on Thanksgiving evening, and I am just running blind. See, a lot of people, if they was blacked out drunk, they would be acting crazy and shit. This is me. This is the real scary kind of person. Nobody would know it but me, except for, guess what? I don't remember a damn thing. I wouldn't know it, and that's why I don't drink alcohol or eat sugar anymore. Yeah, this guy that's measuring stuff, figuring things out, all of that is not me. This is the same person that used to make all my albums. People will hear that stuff, they're like, there's 5,000 words on this album. Man, that's a lot of stuff to come up with and write down. And so I've never written any of it down. It's type 2 diabetes plus alcohol and sugar, you get scrying, some kind of auto writing. And I mean, look, this person is smart enough apparently to know that they was too fucked up to use a power tool, so they're using a manual saw. I appreciate that 400 sugar, Clementine. And then I just screwed this metal router bracket to the 1x4. If you don't have the original metal bracket that comes with a router, you could just screw the base to the 1x4. You could even fire up the router and use the bit to sink a hole through it and then screw it down. But if you go to the hospital, it ain't my fault. And then see, look like magic, boom. It's got another board on there and 2 side braces. Told you I was lit up, but my dumbass still wasn't dumb enough to turn it on while I was fucked up. So I went inside, probably tried to watch TV or something, and I woke up, I'm like, there ain't even no sawdust on my work clothes. So get up, go in there. Wow, check this shit out, this is awesome. Very good job, drunk 400 blood sugar you. But now that I can think, I can see this shit ain't never gonna work. So I start to planing and sanding on it and using a rasp on the edges of the sled. Then I figure out that one big thing that was holding me back was the little pieces of screw sticking out the sled, so I get the side grinder and just start gouging all those out. Then I really put my attention back on getting that box real flat and slick. And then I took a candle and just waxed the hell out of it. So I threw that router sled back up there and I expected it to be better. But look at this. It looks magic, like it's got ball bearings. The damn thing felt like an air hockey table. And that goes to show how simple, like, just janky made homemade shit can actually work if you just do it. Same as this. To take up space, I'm just throwing down some 1x4 cutoffs. Then I just throw that body down in there, start looking for random pieces of wood, and just start knocking them down to use it to wedge the body in there. It doesn't really matter if the body moves left or right a little bit, but I don't need it to flip up like a coin and gouge a hole in it. Right here you can get a better look at how all this all works. And the first thing I want to point out is this is not a little small trim router. I'm not saying that a little small trim router won't do this work. I've never tried it, but this is like the biggest router that Harbor Freight sells, and as you see, it has a 1/2 inch end mill in it. And I know a lot of people say, no, that's a 1/4 inch. No, that is a 1/2 inch end mill for a big machine. Either way, the deal is it has cutting flutes on the bottom and the sides. So if you take this whole operation and kind of flip it upside down, you could think about it as almost like I'm just milling this thing. I'm just doing my X and Y axis by hand instead of using a bed. However, I wouldn't go putting a fly cutter off in here. That would be an issue of radial torque versus human strength. And due to this being an unknown factor in the equation, I took a very, very small pass on the first go. It's hard to find a shot where you can see it cutting from either angle because I was probably only taking off like a 32nd of an inch. It's like just skimming in some places. The thing I found out though was it wasn't trying to rip out of my hand as bad as I had suspected it may be. Oh, and here's a part people don't ever show. After every operation, of course, vacuum. Now on this next pass I took about maybe a 1/16 of an inch and I started to feel that torque sideways, but you can actually see and hear some cutting now, and when you switch to that first angle, you can see that the whole middle of the guitar is being taken down good now. So I get even more aggressive with it and I start really cutting with it. And that's when I figure out I could have probably done all this in like 3 passes. But at this point, it's actually level enough that I can drop it down about another 1/8 of an inch and just take one good hard pass and do a finish. And this is where you can see me really being methodical and really making sure that I get everywhere and go in some kind of a pattern that's leaving you can always tell where you've been and where you haven't been with this end mill cutter. You can do a pleasing pattern or a shitty pattern. Then toward the end, you kind of just press in a little bit to bow that board a tiny bit and then just kind of screech all of it like concrete, I guess. And yeah, that's like a ready for body work kind of slick. That's a cabinet worthy, good for primer. But the video ain't near over. There's 2 sides to this thing and I just now finally know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna pop it out of there, flip it over, put it back in, bang it back in there, make sure I get it wedged real good again, and we can start really taking some cuts. Cause a 50s Les Paul is actually thicker than the modern ones. They're thicker than people think they are, but they ain't this damn fat. So on this first pass, I do like 1/8 of an inch again, but you can see I'm really hogging out some stuff in the middle. It is doing some cutting, but this ain't nothing compared to what I'm gonna do next. And here goes like the pinnacle, like the whole reason for watching this video. I think I'm just gonna play some music and show you how much of a cut you really can take and leave a super fine sandable finish. I wish I had some kind of direction or technique to tell you or something, but all you really got to do is try to move in a pleasing pattern like I said before, and if you're taking a deep 1/4 inch cut, try not to let it come out of your hands. This is dangerous as fuck, and I don't really suggest anybody does it like this. Take small cuts. If you took your sled and you drilled holes in it and you put it where you could put nails in it and come straight up and down in little sections, that would be the greatest thing to do, because this shit could come out of your hand and go crazy, flip, cut your fingers, the hand, whatever. Or you can just take little cuts like I was doing at the beginning. It's completely safe. Look how easy. But we both know you ain't about to do that. But here's the finished product. Look how awesome this came out. Mark a template up on here and get it cut out, and we'll be a long way toward having that body. And this is the body for Jimbo's Barnwood-Burst, the second Barnwood Les Paul build series. And the next episode is going to be all about making some templates. All kinds of damn templates you need to build a Les Paul. You're going to need templates and templates and templates to make templates and plywood templates. and more plywood templates and more plywood templates, even neck templates and more neck templates. And that just about does it for the content particular to this video. If you found this entertaining or educational in any way, please like and maybe subscribe! Future videos in this series will include the pickup and wiring videos, which I feel like will be the most popular. Cutting out one of these crazy ass necks is pretty neat. Some of the finish and sanding work's also very pretty. And maybe it won't take 3 weeks next time because I finally got a bunch of this brush out here, cut and burn, cut more trees, all that shit. Did get that wood up for milling that I showed in the beginning. Oh, and shout out to Dr. Patel at Aspen Dental in Athens, Alabama. If you say work in Nashville, Muscle Shoals, or you're on a bus going down 72 and you may be a music guy on tour, stop, see Dr. Patel, dude. He'll fix you up. You won't feel no pain at all. I've had 10 extractions and I have 4 temporary crowns right now. Do I sound any different than normal to you? I've felt nothing. Bro is a wizard. I got a whole lot of videos in the can ready for editing, but taking care of this girl every day has been something. Spring is here though, and I've been fishing and shit. I'm gonna be bringing this laid back fiddling to a lot more of my videos, I think. I am Clementine. You have been watching Heavy Metal ATC. Till next time!